In this lesson, we're going to learn the final and important rule of pawn movements. It's called capturing en passant. So, to capture en passant means a special rule which we can do in very specific situations. For instance, let's consider the diagram. Black has 2 pawns against 1 white pawn, but with this move, king to c7, he's attacking one of the 2 pawns. Now, black can move his pawns as we know 1 step or 2 steps in the first move. Let's see what would happen if he'd moved just 1 step. For instance, if he moves the pawn to b6 to prevent it being captured, then white would capture the pawn, black would capture back, and now white would capture the pawn, and the game would end in a draw. However, black could consider to advance the pawn 2 squares, and here is where we're going to introduce our new rule, which is the capture en passant. Specifically in these positions, where the white pawn is on the 5th rank, as we can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and black pawn advances 2 squares at the same time doing the opening advance. In this moment, we can introduce the capture en passant, which means capturing the pawn as if it had moved 1 square forward. So we do pawn takes b6, capturing the pawn en passant. Black would capture back, and we have the same result. This is a very special move, and it can only be done specifically when our pawn is on the 5th rank and our opponent's pawn next to it moves 2 squares from its opening move. It's very important to learn this move because imagine we didn't know what en passant was. Then white would probably just move his king towards the pawn on a7. And after this pawn race, who's going to promote first? Well, black will promote first, giving a check and end up capturing the a6 pawn and winning the game. So it's very important to learn and practice correctly the rule of en passant and understand that the moment to do it is when we have a pawn on the 5th rank. It isn't forced to do. We don't have to do it, but if we decide to capture en passant, we have to do it immediately after black's move. We can't wait for another turn. It has to be done exactly the move after. We'll see a bit more in the following example. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends so you can play chess with them too.